sada sahay. Om Namah Shivaya. Guruji sada sahay.
Dear Sangatji, Guruji has lovingly advised us to listen to each satsang in its entirety, from the beginning to the end, as each satsang has the potential to answer our doubts and queries in its own unique way. The blessings of Guruji are shared between both the reader and the listener. So therefore, let us make time and listen with devotion and an open heart. Shukrana Guruji, Jai Guruji.
जय गुरुजी, शुक्राना गुरुजी। ओम नमः शिवाय, शिवजी सदा सहाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, गुरुजी सदा सहाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, शिवजी सदा सहाय। ओम नमः शिवाय, गुरुजी सदा सहाय। Light of Divinity. Guruji's words end 12 years of a child's suffering. It was during year 1996 that Mr. Bakshi from Dugri, Guruji's native village in Punjab, took refuge in Guruji's Sharan. Bakshi's daughter had a damaged eardrum since she had been a year old. Pus used to ooze out of her ears, and she would have fever and a sore throat. She had been enduring this for the last 12 years. Bakshi had gone to doctors, pandits and astrologers, and even tried out babas and saints, but his daughter's condition remained the same. Bakshi then decided to go to Guruji. Guruji was in Panchkula, and when Bakshi and his daughter reached there, he was engaged in part meditation. A devotee conveyed their problem to Guruji and came back with instructions that the distressed father and daughter should return for Guruji's darshan the next week. The Bakshis were demoralized. They had travelled for 4 hours from Dugri to Panchkula, but they did not lose patience and decided to come the following week at 6 p.m. The following week, Guruji wanted to know why they had come. Bakshi told him about his daughter's condition, asked for Guruji's grace. Guruji responded with a smile and said, Kalyan ho gaya, ja aish kar. I have blessed you, be carefree. The importance of these simple yet very powerful words was not apparent to Bakshi, as it was just his first visit. Guruji then asked Bakshi if he desired something else as well. The father, with his hands folded, requested Guruji that the only thing he wanted was relief for his daughter from the terrible pain she had been enduring since ages. He, along with his daughter, sat with the Sangat, had prasad and langar. They were taken to the bus stand and put on the last bus for Dugri, as Guruji had instructed. The next day, Mr. Bakshi saw a marked improvement in his daughter. In a few days, her trouble was a thing of the past. The Bakshis began frequenting Guruji's place every weekend. They found the only cost involved was the bus fare, which was much less than the doctor's fees. Called from home to be blessed. The years passed by. Guruji came to Delhi, and Bakshi and his daughter started coming to Delhi too. During one such visit, Guruji asked his devotee to bring his wife and son, who were still to have Guruji's darshan. Considering the travel-related difficulties and the requirements back home, Bakshi did not obey Guruji and came with only his daughter on the next trip. Guruji again asked about the other 2 members of the family. In spite of Guruji's prompting, Bakshi did not bring them to him. Guruji then gave him an ultimatum: bring the son and wife. his wife and son managed to come to the Sangat, Guruji asked his wife that what she was suffering from, and 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 she told him that a severe backache had been with her since over a decade. Medical investigations had indicated a flaw in the backbone, nearly impossible to cure medically. But Guruji laughed it off, saying the pain was not due to any medical reasons, but had a psychological origin. Guruji told Bakshi's wife to get her daughter married and her backache would disappear. Guruji also instructed them to visit the Sangat every fortnight. Guruji's light-hearted mention of the backache led to the pain disappearing within a couple of visits. Taking a devotee through death's door. Bakshi would come for the Sangat in Delhi at least once a month. One day, Guruji called him and introduced him to other two people sitting close to him. There was talk about Bakshi's father, who was some 85 years of age, yet hale and hearty. His eyesight was perfect and nearly had a toothache that bothered him. Bakshi felt emboldened to tell Guruji about an infection his father had on his right leg, affecting the area from the knee to the ankle. Doctors had not been able to control the infection or lessen the pain. Guruji asked Bakshi to relax and assured him that he would take care of the situation. The great master added that though doctors are not a great help, they also have to earn their living. As Bakshi was leaving, Guruji gave him a garland placed at his feet by one of his devotees. Bakshi was to dip the garland in the water, and his father was to bath with the water thus sanctified. The garland had to be disposed or in the nearest water body. Guruji's instructions were followed to a T. As expected, the leg pain went immediately. There was another far more significant effect. Bakshi's father became entranced with Guruji when offered lunch or dinner. He would tell household members that he had already had Guruji's langar. This told the family that the patriarch was mentally in Guruji's sharan, even though he was physically present with them. Soon, Bakshi's father expired. He departed from the earth calmly and gently in the middle of a conversation with his grandchildren. It is apparent with hindsight that Guruji had taken charge of father's life in his later stages, helped him go through the door of death to his own everlasting abode. A tractor benefits from grace. For a farmer, a tractor is almost like family. So when Bakshi had to make the all-important decision of buying a tractor, he came and asked Guruji which tractor he should buy. Guruji told his devotee that he may buy any one, but not a second-hand machine. Bakshi bought a Swaraj tractor with new accessories. In fact, the trolley which they finally purchased was made of heavy metal and was the first of its kind in their village. Since the tractor can plow fields thrice the size of Bakshi's lands, it is never stretched. According to Bakshi, the tractor too is under Guruji's protection. An incident bears this out. Bakshi's son dreamed that some people were trying to stop the tractor as he was driving it. One person sitting on the tractor advised him to stop immediately, as the people might try to snatch the tractor away. The son immediately stopped the tractor, but suddenly Guruji appeared and asked him to proceed. On Guruji's reassurance, he ventured ahead to find that the crowd parted to allow his tractor to go through it. Bakshi's son told his family members about the dream. They understood it to mean that Guruji had protected the tractor from a mishap. Bakshi's becomes a big farmer. In the year 2004 and 2005, Guruji allowed a few of his devotees to go and visit his village Dugri. Around 30 to 35 persons arrived in Dugri, and Bakshi served them lassi, the staple Punjabi drink. The night his wife dreamt of Guruji, and he asked her if there was any shortage of ghee. When she said no, Guruji asked her why she had served just lassi to the Sangat and kept the butter. She was embarrassed and woke up. Next morning, she told her family about the dream, and they decided not to repeat the mistake, though it was an unintentional one, as the orders for the lassi to be served on any given opportunity. Now they are more than glad to serve the Sangat lassi and butter. Why exactly the Bakshis were asked to serve the lassi and butter is not clear. Yet, since it is true that one gets what one gives out, then it need to be noted that Bakshi has now become a big farmer. Guruji had once prompted him to consolidate his scattered land holdings. Bakshi had then told Guruji that he had been trying to do so for years, and had asked Guruji if he would be able to consolidate them. Guruji had told him it was high time he made a dedicated effort and he would get the reward. More than happy to have Guruji's blessing with him, Bakshi kept pushing hard, and today he is the owner of 200-acre farm in Dugri. All plots falling between his property are in his name. But Guruji was not yet done with Bakshi. His devotees suffered from an acidity problem, and Guruji gave his blessings to him through a copper tumbler. As Bakshi drank water from it, his acidity soon disappeared. When Bakshi returned home with the copper tumbler, his son casually remarked the Guruji had given something to each member of the family. His sister and father had been given the copper tumbler, and his mother had been given Guruji's photograph and the tumbler. He was the only one left out. On their very next Sangat visit, Guruji called him and gave him a photograph. He was delightfully surprised at the prompt acknowledgement of his remark. As the experiences of the Bakshi family show, Guruji's unconditional support protects and helps always. Satsang as narrated of Shri Bakshi, farmer in Dugri, Guruji's village. Jai Guruji, Shukrana Guruji.